Now, putting plants and flowers into the ground can feel like a long-term investment, and if you're renting your home, as a third of the country are, you might worry you won't be there long enough to reap the fruits of your labour. But Chris Bavin has met with a man who is proving that renting your home is no barrier to having a lovely garden.
This is the Cirrus balcony garden, packed with wildflowers, perennials, herbs, a vegetable garden, and this is designer Jason Williams. Jason, hello. This is beautiful. Is this a replica or inspired by your garden at home?
It is indeed. So I have an 18th floor balcony garden in Manchester, and this garden is basically a combination of all of the very best elements of my garden at home, including my fish pond and the arches for vertical growing.
I mean, what have you tried to achieve here?
The idea is just showing accessibility. So, you know, these plants are from local inner city garden centres and nurseries, and showing that what you can do in a small space. And, you know, if anyone questions it, well, I've got the proof because I've got that garden.
OK, so look, lots of people are renting now. I mean, have you got any advice to those that want to beautify a space but might not be there long term?
Yeah, so for example, you know, even on this garden, the back wall is completely blank, and that's to represent the cladding that most of us have. So we can't put permanent fixtures on our walls. So you kind of have to use your containers to make that impact. You got your vertical growing. I tend to use plastic, lightweight containers, and that helps me also to keep the moisture within the containers, because with the wind and with the sun, it can be a real challenge when it comes to watering your garden.
Because it's actually hotter the higher.
Yeah, so the higher that you get, so my garden is normally around about 15 degrees warmer on a sunny day, which is really a tremendous difference. So mulching and heavy watering is something that I need to do in order to maintain my plants.
It seems that, you know, utilising and optimising every inch is important. I mean, even your pond, your fish pond, you're growing in it, aren't you?
Yeah, so everything in that fish pond is edible. So, you know, we've got some Javinica flamingo, we have some water lettuce, watercress, water nasturtiums, and it's really, really important for me to have that in the garden because I use the fish pond water to then fertilise the rest of the garden. Coming out into my garden and hearing the sound of the water really helps me with my anxiety, and it helps me to reflect and refocus my mind sometimes. And it's a really key, important part and element of the garden. So,
and I think it's probably something that people living in a flat assume they can't have, but actually it is possible. It is practical.
Exactly. The whole garden. People will think that just because you live in an apartment and you have a balcony that you can't make a garden. Well, this is proof that you can. And if this isn't proof, my very own garden is. So there you go.
Absolutely. Well, look, I think you'll be an inspiration to lots of people wanting to do more with the small space. Well done. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you very much.